attending the United States Naval Academy. And she will be majoring in either oceanography or ocean engineering. She loves Iceland and crazy socks and hopes to be stationed at the Naval Air Base in Keflavik.
Go on.
Hi, my name is Autumn Nicholas. I'm part of the SCAR class of 2019, and tonight I'll be talking to you about parent attention deficit disorder, new technology's impact on the family dynamics. In the fall presentation, I had mentioned the relationship of the nuclear family in the 20th century, how the television helped bring the family closer together, and how social media has created an addiction between family members, causing the households to adapt. The history of family dynamics and the implementation of social media has led me to question, what role does technology play in the daily life of American families today? How does excessive use of social media affect the parent-child relationship? And what are the psychological effects of passive parenting, or PADD, on the child, specifically seen in parental engagement and parent-child attachment? There are two main types of communication: synchronous, known as face-to-face, and asynchronous, known as computer-mediated. Face-to-face communication is characterized by nonverbal cues and its allowance of immediate interaction between family members. Computer-mediated conversation is characterized by the lack of nonverbal cues and the relay of information over a period of time. I have also discussed the prevalence of technology on a modern-day family's lifestyle and how technology has produced a contrasting effect on modern-day society than previous generations, as has impeded both impersonal and personal relationships. Modern-day society is splitting the attention between the phone and the family. A study found that 54% of children believe their parents spent too much time on the phone, and 32% of these children felt invaluable when this happens. This phenomenon was quite adverse to the prior generation. Parents captivated by technology can appear absent-minded, and the communication between the two is being severed, as parents are becoming increasingly unaware of the lives of their children. Lastly, I had mentioned a role of parents on the development of child and the adverse conditions that can arise from neglectful parenting. For instance, the child brain thrives on serve and return interactions, strengthening the connective neurons, and the fortification of social and interactive skills. I had also mentioned the psychological effects a child can develop from a neglectful parent, ranging from low self-esteem to severe dissociative states. After looking into the effects of technology on family dynamics, I then derived 3 null hypotheses in a case study in the fall of 2018. For my first null, the majority of respondents were between the ages of 13 and 17 and had married parents. For my second null, the majority of respondents were between the ages of 35 and 54 and were married. And for my third and final null, the majority of respondents were Generation Xers and were married. For my first null, I questioned respondents' personal beliefs on whether technology has had an impact on their relationships with their parents on a scale from 1 to 5. I found that 69.1% of respondents responded with a 2 or a 3. I then retained my first null and concluded that technology does not have a significant impact on the parental relationship from the perspective of the child. For my second null, I questioned respondents' personal beliefs on whether technology has had an impact on their relationship with their child on a scale from 1 to 5. I found that 53% of respondents responded with a 3. I then retained my second null again and concluded that technology does not have a significant impact on the parental relationship from the perspective of the parent. Finally, for my third null, I questioned respondents' personal beliefs on whether one's parental relationship has had an impact on their future relationships on a scale from 1 to 5. I found that 55% of respondents responded with a 5 and 33% of respondents responded with a 4. I was finally able to reject my third null. So 3 times. I then concluded that one's parental relationship does indeed have an impact on their future relationships. Finally, I completed a case study comparing the relationship of a baby boomer and millennial to the relationship of a Generation Xer and millennial in 2 different environments. I found that the grandmother was more willing to converse in a public surrounding than a private surrounding, and the mother was more willing to converse with the grandmother than with the daughter. I had also found that the diversion of technology was more prevalent in the younger generations. This again can be seen in the public surrounding. After looking to the effects of technology on family dynamics, I then questioned the effects of technology technology on social dynamics, and I decided to study the impact of reality television on society. Reality television can be defined as television programs in which real people are continuously filmed or designed to be entertaining rather than informative. This type of television programming was generated from The Truman Show, as a television series that captured every moment of Truman's lifestyle. After this film debuted, society became obsessed with the ideas behind reality television, and CBS decided to produce Survivor, the television counterpart to The Truman Show. Since then, reality television has skyrocketed and become one of the most notable television series of the 21st century due to the diversion it creates. However, this can have injurious effects on the youth as they attempt to mirror the actions of these reality stars. For example, Keeping Up with the Kardashians has gained notoriety via a variety of media outlets. This reality series reveals the lives of the Kardashian family. The Kardashians, particularly Kim, have gained notoriety from an exposed sex tape with Ray J. Although Kim can be characterized as a pornographic figure, our society deems this sexual behavior appropriate as long as her figure is physically appealing and entertaining. Now, young men and women contemplate plastic surgery to improve self-image. Many buy into the facade, believing their best self can only be achieved through makeup and other implementations. However, Keeping Up with the Kardashians does have its benefits, as it illustrates the empowerment of women, as all the Kardashian and Jenner women are executives of their own prosperous corporations. Also, reality television has an effect on those in relationships. For example, in The Bachelor, contestants' relationships are riddled with infidelity and sensuality. It is a dating and relationship series that consists of about 30 women competing for the proposal of one man and has altered the definition of love. Individuals who view reality television are predisposed to overvalue attainable options and are susceptible to being partners as inadequate. The Bachelor has set non-viable rules for romance and love, as contestants are willing to do just about anything to capture the attention of the Bachelor. Whether the action is self-degrading or crude, our society watching these actions surmise them as triumphant. Lastly, in The Real Housewives, producers attempt to document the lives of various prosperous women around the world, while Jersey Shore records the lives of 8 individuals in a vacation house for the duration of the summer. These programs portray manipulation, bullying, and other relational aggression between contestants. These programs and more are continued to are urged can oh gosh these okay I got it, it's coming out. Okay, these programs and more are continually urged to promote contestants to behave in a disturbed manner to gain increased fascination from the audience. Now, young men and women who idolize the celebrities attempt to mirror their actions. Reality television has also become a stimulant for bullying, as there is direct correlation to what children watch on television and what children do. The Real Housewives has produced some valuable lessons for its members, such as money cannot buy you happiness and the impact of removing toxic friendships. In conclusion, I have mentioned the 20th century family dynamics, the 21st century family dynamics, my findings towards my Knoll and case study, the history of reality television, the impact of Keeping Up with the Kardashians and the increased sexualization of our society, the impact of The Bachelor on relationships, and the impact of The Real Housewives and Jersey Shore on aggression. Through these findings, I decided to see what the Bible says about the different influences of the world. God acknowledges the impact of this behavior in Matthew 6:22-23, which states, "The eye is the lamp of the body. If your eyes are healthy, your whole body will be full of light. If your eyes are unhealthy, your whole body will be full of darkness. If then the light within you is darkness, how great is that darkness?" The Bible shows the insidious behavior of darkness, beginning with the eyes and ending with the body. Likewise, individuals subconsciously emulate the actions of these reality stars and imitate certain behaviors. Individuals must resist the addictive entertainment of reality television, instead direct their attention towards God. Thank you, and are there any questions?